What's up guys, Crown Garage, back with another video. So in today's video, I got all sorts of cool fab projects to do, and I have lots of new stuff for the Crown Fab department. So let's get into all that new stuff. So we got a hobo freight flux core welder. Bought a nice riv nut dealio. Got some welding clamps, some new cutting discs. We got some plate steel, some flat stock, everything that I'm gonna need to be making lots of new brackets and whatnot for this thing. So for starters, which you guys will see here soon, I don't think I've showed yet, but I have a jam fabrication battery tray that's going to be going up here for an Odyssey PC 680, I think, battery. So this is going to have to move. So I'm just going to go ahead and make new brackets and put it up here somewhere. Probably going to use these holes right here, as long as I can get a bolt in there, and should be able to get it somewhere in here. That'll be nice. And then as well, we are going to be making brackets for this 1G intake manifold that I have here to mount a vacuum distribution block from here, and then we got to make new mounts for fuel pressure regulator. So I'm going to try to be better about showing you guys the process of what I do. And yeah, it shouldn't be super duper hard to make any of this stuff, but I'm just happy that I got this welder and I should be able to make some cool custom fab stuff. Obviously I can't do nice aluminum because I don't have a TIG, but that's fine, you know. Make do with what you got. Nice, cheap flux core welder. You can still make quality stuff with that. And then I'm also going to make a powder coating setup out of this cardboard box, which I'll show you guys, because obviously I don't have a professional setup to use, so we're going to go with that and, you know, make do with what we got. So anyway, I'm going to get into I guess getting everything set up. Alright, so to start this off, we got this is 1/8 by 1 inch flat stock. So we are going to make some L brackets with this. And so we're basically just going to do an L here and an L here, and then we can mount the vacuum block up, and then I'm going to make some like fancy little gussets for it with the thinner, the smaller width stuff. So should be a nice little project. Should look pretty good. Like I said, this is just flux core, so it's not going to look absolutely perfect, but I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to make a bracket over here on this side using this hole and this hole for our fuel pressure regulator. So it came with the factory little L bracket, if you know anything about fuel pressure regulators, which I'll show you guys, but I ended up cutting that L portion, and I'm going to go from here over and then from here up, and should look pretty good. It's a lot more stable, because before, because it was only bolted in one spot, it always would kind of move around. So yeah, we'll get to it, and we'll get to making everything with the vacuum / boost reference distribution block work. Okay, so what I am deciding to do instead, now that I'm looking at this, because of the way the bolt pattern is on this thing, basically it bolts here, 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 and here, and this is what I'm looking at when I set it like this. Well, these are actually wider than this, So if I take a piece of flat stock straight across right here, and then I just weld tabs on that piece up to these, then it should mount very nicely. And then I took this radium fitting off of a project that I used to have, and it's obviously for a fuel line, but it's going to work because it literally lines up with that vacuum reference perfectly. So there should be no reason that I can't get a good source of vacuum right here. I already talked to people in the Facebook groups about it, and they said there should be no problem. But I know a lot of people, they use the brake booster as a reference, and I don't know, I didn't really feel comfortable with that. So I'm not going to do that. But I am going to get to cutting this and measuring, so I'm going to get moving with that. I'm going to do a time lapse here. Alright, so here's this first piece. It's going to fit nicely right here. It's kind of hot. Might have burned myself a little. Anyway, so this is going to go here, bolt in, like so. And then we're going to probably just take some pieces of this, give them a little bend so it faces, tilts forward here, like that. So this would be kind of like this. And yeah, I'll have to get working on that. I think I'm going to use some of the other stuff. So, get into that, I guess. Alright, so I just tested the helmet. It seems to be working. I got everything all lined up. Got the block set down to where everything's lined up. Made double marks for each of these, and I'm going to tack it in place real quick. Probably should have clamped something first. That would have been a great idea. Alright, so we got this roughly clamped in place. Obviously, there's some slag and stuff, that's going to be there. It is what it is. I'm going to be powder coating this with my little powder coating setup that I have. So, it's alright. It'll look fine, It doesn't have to be perfect, but I'm pretty happy with it. It's a little bit not super duper awesome, but I'm gonna get the holes drilled in this, and then hopefully we can get that mounted, and then we can drill the holes in this piece and then actually get it mounted up on the intake, which it's kind of hard, but it'll look something like that. But obviously, from the front it's gonna look a little different. So yeah, I'm going to try to get these things drilled. Alright, well, time to drill holes. So we got our brake so I'm back the next day. Barely have a voice because I'm sick. So that's great. This is the bracket I was making in the last part of the video. Turned out pretty good. Ended up getting it powder coated with my DIY powder coating setup. Got this little oven here. Works pretty good. Set it to 400, cook for an hour, and turns out pretty good. I'm not the happiest with how this turned out just because of the slag and stuff. I didn't get it all off, but that's what happens when you're welding flux core. But when the intake's on here, it's going to kind of sit something like this. So, not really going to see a ton of that. I also powder coated it before I drilled the holes for mounting it on the intake, which is a little annoying. Off camera, because there was no way I was doing it on camera, I got the old Cyclone intake off. It's seen a lot, surely. It looks very gross and oily. So, if you're a DSM person and you're looking for one of these things, I'm probably going to sell the whole setup on Facebook. So if you see one around, it's probably mine. Because I got just a regular 1G intake. This thing has a 1G head swap on it from the looks of it. Actually, it doesn't. It has a 2G head on it. Well, it's interesting that you'd put a Cyclone intake on a 2G head. Well, whatever. I guess I gotta... Alright, so I'm actively down here wrenching. Man, I wish my light would stay in place. Be nice. If you look down there, you could see that rusty bolt that I'm pointing at with my wrench. Well, it's holding on this factory clutch line here. Someone previously put an aftermarket braided one on, but they decided to just cut this one and leave it. And, yeah, that ain't gonna fly. So, I'm going to be removing that because, obviously, you know, it's kind of just like chilling here and it looks bad. So, I'm gonna get that clutch line pulled out, and then I'm gonna start mounting the battery tray that goes over there. And then I'm going to continue to work on making the brackets and stuff that I need. So yeah, all right, just like that, clutch line is out. Wasn't very hard. Now we're gonna move on to our JMF battery tray, getting it set into place. Just for now, it's gonna have to come back out because I got to get all these old fuel lines out of here, because again, cut the factory feed line and it's just chilling there, chopped. So I want to get those out, and then obviously the return line I'm redoing, so I'm going to get that completely out of there too. But if the JMF thing, the battery tray, mounts with those two top bolts right there, so I'm going to get those out. Bet you wish your battery tray was this nice. Alright guys, so this is a STM intake manifold bolt and stud and nut kit. These are two OEM starter bolts. I bought an AC Delco starter reman Mitsubishi. Because obviously you can't get them new anymore. I don't even think you can get them new for Evos anymore. So I'm gonna pull this old starter out. I'm gonna keep it, obviously. So there's our little battery tray over in the corner. It's gonna be a nice touch to have that there. Looks nice to billet, but also then I can move the catch can over here because I'm doing the fuse box relocation to down under here. So, battery will be there. Everything will be nice and you know, serviceable. The only thing that I need to figure out really is this, because this is going to interfere with everything. So I'm kind of thinking that I'll have to take this and actually undo it from one of the ends, the clutch line, and then actually end up routing it like down here or something, like from there, and then take it down over here. Maybe, I don't know, because there's not a lot of slack in it, and yeah, or just take it out here and then move it that way. Just move this part over here, you know, whatever. That's just a small little thing. So we're pretty soon in this video, we're going to be moving to doing our fuse box relocation. So obviously, most people do is they move it right here. So we can actually use this factory hole right here, put a thread insert in there, and then realistically we really should only have to drill one more hole, but we might even be able to use this bolt right here as well. So yeah, we'll figure that out. But so I'm gonna get the intake on here, and then I'm gonna figure out how I'm going to mount my fuel pressure regulator. I'm kind of annoyed that I didn't wait until I took the intake off, because now I know that I do have a 2G head on here, and the intake doesn't particularly line up, obviously, so that's a little annoying. But I'm gonna get this starter off of here and out, and then okay. So I know I haven't filmed a ton of this, but I got this bracket I was telling you guys about that goes onto the regulator. I made this piece, so it's going to go like so on here. Actually, I should probably make sure I know what way it's going before I do it one more time, but I'm going to clamp this here, I'm going to put this there, I'm going to tack it, and then I'll put it in the vise and weld it the rest of the way. And I got to make that bracket, and then I got to make one more that goes off of this somewhere, just so I know that it's secure and I want it to look good. Probably not going to show the whole process like I did welding the other piece, because it makes it take super duper long. So I'll just show you. Alright, so got this thing welded up, cleaned up. Gonna drill the holes, get it cleaned up one last time, and then get it in my little redneck powder coating setup. And get this powder coated, and then I guess probably make these couple things a video, and then the next video we'll do the fuse box relocation and a couple other things that I need to get done. In the time being, the EGR delete plate for the factory 1G intake, and then once the Haltech ECU comes in, we'll be doing a video on making a mount for it with some of that steel right there, and then I'll be powder coating that as well, hopefully. So yeah, let's keep on plugging away. So here's my redneck powder coating system. So I got a box with a hole. Now this hole stays, but I got these on the side over here that you can pop in and open, so you can get in from over there, and same thing over there, and it keeps the mess at a minimum. I mean, of course it's still gonna make a mess, but yeah, it's not bad. I put the rack from the oven, which is over there, here, hang it with a piece of metal, put the ground on the metal, and then you got your little thing, your little spray, like ground, whatever, so then the powder will stick to the metal. So it's pretty cool. But like I said, I got that one piece done earlier. What I plan on doing is, after I get them done, using this, giving it a light sanding, and then giving it a gloss clear, because I feel like it being matte isn't my favorite thing in the world. So But yeah, so I'm going to get to this and finish up that last piece, and then I'm probably going to end the video off because the next video, I don't know if I said, but that's when I'll be doing the fuse box relocation brackets, and then I'm going to be mounting the catch can in this area. And then I think before this car is done, I'm going to be doing a short route intercooler piping on this thing instead of what it has. So rather than how it is now, this will come out here and go up this way, and I'll try to make it up through there somehow, some way, just because this kind of sucks and it's just a lot and it's in the way. So, but yeah, I'm gonna get this powder coating done. It's nice to have my own little setup for small stuff, and powder coat works a lot better than spray paint in my opinion, so should be easy. I also got a new clutch fluid reservoir cap and bottle, and I got those nice billet brackets. I'm gonna get a new brake fluid reservoir cap. I think I was saying that in the last video, so everything starting to come together. And I don't know if I'll get this done this season or not, but I am gonna delete this hydraulic power steering, and I'm gonna go with the Volvo power steering. So yeah, it'll be pretty nice.